What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So, I apologize. I'll be going back and forth making sure my camera's working. Got a headache. It's probably because I haven't eaten right now. Apologize for eating. Come here. Come here. Don't bite me. You guys probably never met him. This is Buddy. And Buddy lives a weird existence. He's the house dog. He needs a haircut. He's a really sweet dog, but I don't know. He was a rescue that Boo found in the road. And I don't know. He's kind of the outcast here, but we're all kind of outcast, aren't we, Buddy? Not a dog that anybody would pick in this house. We all like big dogs. He's very skittish. He's different. And he's nice for the most part, unless he doesn't know you. He doesn't pee or poop in the house. He, for the most part, is a good dog and whatever. He's crazy. His name's Buddy. That's what we need to do. Go. He begs, but he doesn't pee and poop in the house. Just like Buddy being different, all of us are going to have different things going on in our lives. And that's not going to change. We're all going to have different problems or different situations that are difficult. I have to eat, I'm sorry. We don't always choose our problems, just like we didn't choose Buddy. Buddy chose us. Our problems are kind of the same thing. A lot of people have been having some stuff going on lately, and I'm not sure if it's just something in the air or the stars or the universe or whatever it is. But there's definitely some shit going on lately. And just like our problems, just like Buddy, even though we don't choose them, they can really teach us a lot about ourselves, our lives, where things are going, what we need to work on. With Buddy, for instance, compassion. Just because, and I know that sounds horrible, but when you don't pick an animal and I don't know. It's kind of like blended families. If you've ever had a blended family, it's really difficult because you can never really love children that aren't your own like your own. And you'll say, I'll get 100 people that'll say, whatever I do, I don't. Fine. But I've been in this situation multiple times, and it is a different love, okay? Just like Buddy, if I were to pick a pit bull or something, or a German Shepherd, you know, just before him, we got rid of our amazing Seagull German Shepherd, and we got rid of him because I didn't have time, and realistically, an ex-girlfriend convinced me that I was being selfish by keeping him. And then came Buddy. So, Buddy is a household name now, and we'll never get rid of him. We do love him. Go lay down. He's bugging because he keeps hearing me say his name. I know that life gets tough. I tell you guys this over and over again. There's nobody here in this house right now. And the energy's changed here. I'm not sure what happened, or my mom's in the hospital again for another procedure or something like that. She's been gone for another week. The ambulance picked her up again and something happened or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like sentimental. Me and my family, we're not super affectionate. So we're all like a bunch of independent assholes. Be the best way to say it. But the energy has changed. For Boo's 18th birthday, I bought him a concert ticket. It was like $70 to this Juice WRLD concert, and he had me print it out the other day because the day was coming where the concert was going to be there. So I printed it out, handed it to him, and something told me something was up. So yesterday when he showed up and the concert was here, I kept asking him if he was going, and the headache's starting to go away. I gotta keep eating. And he was kind of beating around the bush about it. He wasn't excited. And I asked him, be honest, did you sell the ticket? And he said, yeah. And then his friends showed up, and I heard through the wall that, where's your TV, bro? And he's like, I sold it. And then the other day he said he was moving out because he's pissed off and he was flipping out and lost it. Breaking things and you know, my other son is in prison, and it's like every other person that walks down the street. I see Elijah, and I feel like a failure. You know, both my kids are on drugs, and I'm a felon, and I still live in a fucking trailer with my mom. And it's falling apart. You know, I've literally sold everything, and, you know, trying to keep my dream alive, just being able to help people, and the reality is I have a difficult time, you know, helping myself. And God, I keep triggering this fucking camera. I sold my motorcycle recently because the engine went bad on the Cadillac. Bought this other car, and then I had to have $1,500 in repairs in the first week, and it's been ridiculously overheating like every single day. Still doing all these things, different things. Now, as soon as I think I get that figured out, it's got some stalling out problem and it won't start. And so many things are unsure, you know, and I keep looking at places. It's not necessarily that I'm trying to run from my problems. I just know that, like, no. It's so quiet. There's a lot of you guys that are going through some shit out there. And some of it has far exceeds anything that I'm experiencing. And everybody's going to go through something different out there. But I guess the reality is you just got to know that we all are facing things. And I don't know what it is right now, why everybody's facing some different things right now. I just hope it gets better for a lot of people, you know? I was thinking the other day, it's been a really long time since I was happy. And I'm not saying that, don't be messaging me some bullshit. Headache went away. Imagine that. When I was dating the girl in England, that was like a fairy tale. I quickly realized that that fairy tale was a false dream or expectation. But it felt good. I was dating that girl Randy before that, and we dated for a few years. And I remember, now that I'm thinking about it, and I'm not saying this is all tied into that, I've been alone too long, you know? And since Jimmy has been gone, my goat, I haven't even gone out back. Not to water, not to garden, nothing. I haven't picked up a tool to create anything. For a long ass time. I'm a woodworker. And I have no drive whatsoever to create anything. Everything that I've ever, every time I've ever tried to get in a relationship or anything, my mom has stopped it. And I'm not saying that obviously, it's whatever, but I don't know what it is, what caused it. Some kind of switch, flipped, and then the only thing that I focus on now is work and travel sometimes, of course, but I don't want to get to a point in which, in my mind, I accept what's happening, if that makes sense. And I really expect the same from you. Back and forth, back and forth. Damn. Camera. They say that becoming content with your situation is like spiritual suicide or whatever. And I think you're right. I think it's almost gone the complete opposite. Because I've noticed that I'm so unhappy with the situation, all the other areas of my life froze. I used to love gardening. I used to always work on the back patio, exercise and whatever I did. Come out here, I would build things. Froze. It's almost like I wanted to stop evolving in this situation that I'm in, because I feel like it was me accepting that. And you can't accept what you don't want. There are people out there that are going through unspeakable things, and maybe yourself. And I urge you to either talk to somebody or write about it or make a video. Because the only things that I've focused on lately is it's gotten so weird. No, you know, you're probably having problems with kids or loss or frustration or work or who knows, you know. And if you want to vent below, please. Please feel like you can with this family. Please don't think that you can't reach out to one of us or reach out in the group, because keeping it all bottled in sometimes is one of the most dangerous things you can do. Sometimes you feel like you probably have no other option. Sometimes it's difficult because people that surround you, you can't talk to, you know? I told myself when I was growing up, not when I was growing up, when I had kids, At like 17, 18 years old, I took custody of my kids because the mother was like a really bad meth addict and it went really sour. So I took custody of my kids, and it was like a 2.5 year process. And I didn't grow up with a father. I really don't, to this day, I don't know his name. And I said, no matter what, I'll be there until my kids become adults for them, to make sure they have a father, even if I'm not the greatest one. And I still have always lived by that. I never really knew what a father should be. You know, people call me un-American and different things because I'm not into sports, or I like to be active, but I'm not into sports. It's not my thing. I never, you know, people do that with their dads and stuff, and it's, I don't know. So now, fast forward, my kids are 20 and 18. I think you'll always question if you're a good parent, or if you sucked at it. But, and I'm not being hard on myself. I just was really a bad parent. That's the realistic part of it. Just being there was not enough. I don't think I regret anything. But you don't really choose your problems. Buddy was not chosen. He chose us. Be careful about the music you listen to. I heard that when I was growing up all the time. When I was growing up, I used to listen to death metal. It was, I guess the majority of it was death metal and like really heavy metal, like Pantera, Deicide, Obituary, Cannibal Corpse, very demonic music. And as I became a little bit older in my teens, I started listening to pretty crazy rap music, and it was the 90s, you know, whatever was popular. And of course, as a kid, it didn't really have much of a meaning. But I will say, you know, I have mood disorder, and I am bipolar, and I'm a very moody person, but I'm also very, very affected by my surroundings. And music has a massive impact on you and everything around you. So if you find yourself as a person that has depression or anger or frustration or anything like that, try to focus on the things you do or the things you listen to as far as music is concerned and how it makes you feel. I'm a lover of all types of music, I really am. But the reality is, music has a massive impact on you and how you feel and how you respond and how you react. So if you find yourself always depressed and you're listening to depressing music, change it. You can put in like happy playlist on YouTube, happy music playlist, and it really will affect you. Like, I'm a little bit different because I'm extremely like snap, mood, and I'm easy to switch. But I promise you, if you listen to sad music and you're always sad, it's going to have a major effect on you. So I guess I do have one regret. Probably could have been a better husband. I'm not saying I hold that against myself. And I'm not saying I can't be happy because I'm alone or anything. It's just, I feel like those were times of passion and love and happiness. And I'm not saying necessarily when I was married. I'm just saying, when I look back and reminisce, and I'm not living in the past, I'm just looking back into the past. I'm not reliving the past, I'm not doing that. I'm just noticing a trend as far as like, how did I feel then versus how I feel now? You know, what are the similarities, what are the differences and things like that. So, and that could just be changing. You know, you're not just going to be happy because you're with somebody. You know, obviously it has to be the right time, the right person, the right scenario, the right situation, the right everything. And don't ever count on somebody else or something else to make your happiness. Come here. He won't even come up to you. You have to go get him. But no matter what you're going through, don't worry, okay? The reality is, the most important thing is that you're going to live another day, and you're going to eventually get a chance to smile and live very nice experiences. So I know what you're going through is hard. And I'm not trying to talk about my problems because my problems are more significant or whatever, because they're not. But they are all just as significant as each other. Your issues that you're going through, they're hard. You know, you might be living with somebody that you don't want to live with. You know, I complain and I'm upset because I'm alone. But the reverse side of that could be way worse. Having to live with somebody you don't want to be with or don't want to be around. So there's always an upside and a downside of everything that you look at. I guess it's just kind of how you take it, you know? So I'm sorry for your situation. If you're going through a hard time, just don't give up. You're going to make it. You're going to make it through. I've seen some really tough times in my life, and I'm sure you have too. But that's okay. Because we can handle it. Doesn't mean accept it. Doesn't mean just keep going through it. Work on making a plan. Make it better. Make it the way you want. I've been thinking long and hard about a lot of things lately. One is specifically getting out of here. It's killing me. One little place. Even if it's a little studio, you know? I want my own little home. Where I could play soft music and chill out and play loud music and get crazy. Whatever. You know? I want to be my own person again. And I'm sure you do too. Somebody told me one time that there was people looking over me. And I don't know what that means. My brother committed suicide when I was like 16 and shot himself in the face. A lot of you guys know, but I would assume if somebody was watching over me, he would be one. But regardless, just remember that the family, Healthy Living for a Healthy Life, is not only an amazing place full of healthy individuals, it's also a place where we can talk. You know? I do. Why can't you? Keep up the good work, guys. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. And just remember it's okay to struggle. You know? You're not weak. You're not a puss. It's okay to be fragile sometimes. It's okay to cry. It's okay to go through difficult stuff because that's natural. If you didn't, that would be weird. Have a good night, guys.